Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now October 5th of 2022, and with Andor episodes 1 through 5 now officially out on Disney+, a lot of Star Wars fans are also heavily looking forward to the final Star Wars show for this 2022 year, by the way. That is, of course, going to be Tales of the Jedi. That's going to come out all at once, all 6 episodes in one shot, which is actually really great. That's going to give us new secrets about Dooku, Ahsoka, Anakin, Qui-Gon Jinn, and a whole lot more. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new Star Wars universe that a lot of Star Wars fans have been very invested in is the fact that there are a lot of retcons on the horizon being made by both Jon and Dave, given that Favreau and Filoni really are dedicating their lives to turning Star Wars around for the better and to really make it all the more engaging for the fandom. Now, when you look at everything related to what they have been crafting with the Mandoverse era and what they actually have in store for its surrounding spin-offs, there's also a lot of key changes coming our way towards some of the sequel trilogy-oriented characters. One of which, of course, being Rey from episodes 7 through 9. Now, with that being said, Favreau and Filoni already have extended plans for what they're about to do with this new Star Wars universe, given that, of course, creators out there like George, Jon, and Dave are all working together as a trio of this new team, if you will, to steer things in the right path. They're also hiring new writers and directors to take care of the Star Wars franchise along with themselves. Now, with that being said, what's even all the more exciting is that with Favreau and Filoni already pre-planning a course to create multiple retcons toward the sequel trilogy movies, they are also set to bring back beloved portions of Star Wars Legends for the hardcore fans to enjoy around the world. Now, it's described that currently one of the biggest developments behind the scenes has not only been changing Rey's bloodline, but also providing her a brand new name in the official canon that will be placed at the end of 2023. Now, it's noted that one of the biggest changes for Rey is set to first be mentioned in one of the upcoming books for 2023 that is going to be simply titled Star Wars Family Trees. In this book that's in the process of getting published lists Rey as the granddaughter of Kenobi's brother, named Wei Lin Kenobi. The book also specifies Rey's new official name to be a combination of both the Kenobi bloodline and her mother's true surname as a mix of labeling her officially as Rey Solana Kenobi. Now, though she will still hold the Palpatine bloodline as well, Disney is getting ready to create new merchandise for Rey, naming her Rey Solana Kenobi with a series of new comics and even cameos done by Daisy Ridley in an upcoming post-Episode 9 series that will also feature her complete version of her lightsaber that will now be a double-bladed yellow one that's inspired from her staff. Now, I want to pause here quickly before I get to the next rich material. Now, everything between Favreau and Filoni has always been about changing how we view the current canon. And basically, they're already doing it with Luke. They're doing great things with the character so far, with what they have applied in the Book of Boba, and with what they have done with Ahsoka Tano getting mixed together with Luke Skywalker's life. You know, in Legends, Ahsoka was never really a thing. And nevertheless, you know, now they're making Ahsoka become a big part of Luke Skywalker's life. And that really kind of shifts things away from what they have, of course, established already in Star Wars Legends. Now, with that being said, what's really exciting about this major retcon, it's not just the bloodline that we've been talking about for a couple of months now, of mixing her, of being a Kenobi and a Palpatine, but now it's the official name that's going to be used for Rey, not just in merchandise, but also in upcoming projects, one of which being the post-Episode 9 series that will be helmed by both Jon and Dave, that's going to feature a big-time cameo, a glorified cameo, by Daisy Ridley again, featuring herself as Rey Solana Kenobi. Now, you guys may not know, but Rey Solana, the name Solana, originates from what Colin Trevorrow was going to call her in Duel of the Fates, which, by the way, was the original version of Episode 9. Before he was fired by Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams was brought on, that was actually going to be her true identity. Some random character, and just labeling her as Reys Solana. Kind of rolls off the tongue, it makes a lot of sense. But what makes even all the more sense is that Favreau and Filoni are trying to find ways to make her very powerful, to justify the reason as to why she is so very powerful, and justifying that has a lot to do with the fact that she will have the bloodline of both Palpatine and Kenobi. A little poetic if you think about it. Now, moving forward from that, these changes are all about being made, of course, by Favreau and Filoni right now for the fans to enjoy. Along with Kenobi's brother's name being made official in 2023 as Wei Lin Kenobi, Daisy Ridley is described to already be aware of these changes, and both JJ and Ryan have been informed by Favreau and Filoni by making these changes canon in the process as well. There are said to be no arguments made between the creators over these massive retcons. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the fact that JJ and Ryan don't really care about what Favreau and Filoni are doing so quickly, I think it just goes to show you that they know that there's a lot of faults in their stories and that there were a lot of mistakes made in the sequel trilogy films. The fact that they let that go so easily and didn't really defend it all that much, I think it just goes to show you that they really never cared about what they were really doing from the beginning. You know, if this were George Lucas, for example, if he made these choices, he would have defended them through and through. So, this really is a big deal because it's going to change how we view everything related to all these beloved characters. Now, about Rey, when it comes to her character being labeled now as Reys Solana Kenobi, and the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi's brother is going to be called Wei Lin Kenobi. I'll spell it out for you. Currently, they're labeling this character in that book, Star Wars Family Trees. It's in the very early stages, and the character's name is spelled Wei, like W-A-Y, Lin, L-I-N, Kenobi. So it's like Wei Lin Kenobi. It actually kind of sounds like Obi-Wan-ish style naming. I don't know if you guys get what I'm talking about, but it has that very original way of calling somebody in the Star Wars universe when it's related to Kenobi, at least. But moving on from that, alright, I know a lot of fans would say that it would make a lot more sense to just make it that Kenobi had a child and that child had Rey. And that's what fans would have preferred, but what Favreau and Filoni are now crafting is that it was Kenobi's brother that is pretty much what spawned the creation of Rey, because he had a child and that child had Rey. That's basically what they're doing, and it was Favreau, by the way, that specifically told Deborah Chow to insert the piece of dialogue in the Kenobi series that Kenobi believed that he had a brother. And that was the main reason why, is because they're creating this bloodline, this connection to Rey in the new Star Wars franchise, or the universe, if you will. So, anyways, guys, with that being all done and said, let me know what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night